shouting about chest pain. Goodness. What acting. So professional and exaggerated. It's really eye-watering. Seeing this group of elderly people with such poor acting skills, or even none at all. Lin Fei and the others burst into laughter. At this moment, he wanted to take back his previous thoughts about those two fools. Fools are fools no matter when. Although this group's acting was terrible, Lin Fei didn't care at all. What he wanted was just to disgust the other party. The fact proved that this group of uncles and aunts succeeded. They even did it very well. As for whether the other party would know it was him, was it important? He had no intention of hiding it at all. At this point, if one couldn't see what was going on, then they were truly a fool. Looking at this group of elderly people lingering at his booth, David's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot. Damn it, are you here to cause trouble? However, David truly didn't dare to take action against the elderly. He could only glare fiercely at them. Security. Security. There's trouble here. In fact, it wasn't necessary for David to shout. When the old man fell, security personnel had already arrived on the scene. Those local security guards acting at the game exhibition had long noticed this group of elderly people, and upon seeing the old man on the ground, they were momentarily at a loss for what to do. For instance, the old man who fell first was a well-known forensic expert before retirement. And that lady selling fish. Don't let her shabby appearance fool you. She is quite wealthy. Back in the day, she was a notorious figure in the local scene. You really shouldn't mess with this group of people. Therefore, the security guards were also feeling a headache looking at them. Meanwhile, David at the booth was seething with anger as he watched the security guards who were slow to react. At the same time, the unabashed laughter from Lin Fei and the others reached his ears. Hearing that laughter, David looked up fiercely at Lin Fei from more than 10 meters away and shouted angrily, "You bastard, this is your doing, isn't it? Hurry up and get this bunch of old folks to leave. Otherwise, I will make you regret it." Faced with the elderly, David couldn't act out in public, but he was unrestrained towards Lin Fei. As he looked at David, whose face was flushed with anger, Lin Fei casually dug at his ear with his pinky finger and then blew on his finger as if nothing were there. He put on an innocent smile and said, "Hee, I think, sir, you might have some misunderstanding. I'm unfamiliar with this place. How could I possibly know these elderly people? If you keep saying that, be careful, I might sue you for defamation." At that moment, a woman sitting on the ground, clutching her chest, suddenly spoke up. "Oh no, my heart hurts. This money was supposed to buy games for my grandson, not for medicine. Oh, my leg hurts, I just fell. Goodness. Can you believe it? They are truly pulling a scam with no borders." Looking at the group of elderly people moaning on the stage, the veins on David's forehead bulged like worms. "Sir, I think you should just pay them off and send this group of elderly folks away." At this time, a security guard walked up to David and whispered, "Pay them off? The company is exhibiting and hasn't sold a single thing, not even a souvenir. We've already spent 1,000. Thinking of the 1,000, David couldn't help but curse the women in that family again. They hadn't done anything but cost him money. Just thinking about it made him feel pain in his wallet. He couldn't let this group of elderly people continue to cause a ruckus. Otherwise, the exhibition would be unmanageable. How much? David gritted his teeth and looked at the security guard, cursing inwardly. "Damn it. You're no good either. I know these people." The security guard leaned closer to David and pointed at the elderly people, whispering, "That lady is a bit more expensive. She has got a status. She wants 500. Then there's that old man, the one who fell first. He has a pension, so he can be discounted to 400. Oh, what the heck? Is this even reasonable? They're offering discounts too." Hearing the security guard clearly state the price for each elderly person, David's face turned completely black. "So, you're all in this together, and you have set prices." Meanwhile, David calculated roughly in his mind. Goodness, to send off this group of elderly folks, it would take at least 10,000. This is outright robbery. Thinking about the money he had to pay, David immediately took out his phone and dialed the number of the exhibition organizer. However, it was a mistake. As soon as he reported the situation, the organizer, upon hearing that there were elderly people on the ground at his booth, immediately told him to stop and rectify the situation. They only said it looked bad. Damn it. So, this was a plot to scam him. He looked up and saw Lin Fei's innocent expression, and suddenly everything made sense to him. Good. Quite ruthless. After weighing his options, David made up his mind that he wouldn't lose money. He simply turned and walked away. "Hey, don't go. My grandson still wants to play the game." Seeing David leave, the group of elderly people on the ground became agitated and started shouting. The security personnel didn't expect David to leave without even looking back at the exhibition booth. Meanwhile, Lin Fei's phone rang in his pocket. He took it out, didn't even look at the screen, and answered it directly. "Mr. Lin, we violated regulations for your sake. It's quite unwise to offend the manufacturers like this." Hearing the voice of the organizer's representative on the other end, Lin Fei smiled slightly and said, "Hee, I believe your efforts will be worthwhile. Once I finalize the project in my country, I will notify you." After he finished speaking, a shocked voice came from the phone. "OMG. Mr. Lin, I must say, you are a generous individual from the East. Don't worry, we will do our utmost to promote your game and help it quickly seize the market in the West. I believe we will continue to work together forever. Hearing this, Lin Fei corrected him. No, we are not collaborating. This can only be considered. You are acting as my agent. I reserve the right to take it back at any time. Chapter 191. Subverting the perceptions of foreign players. Every year at the Cologne Game Exhibition, exhibitors go all out to decorate their booths exquisitely. Many even prepare beautiful gifts to leave a good impression on the attending players. In the eyes of these companies, customers are like gods. Only by serving the gods well can they make money. However, this year's Cologne exhibition caught them off guard. Even the booths were unusually quiet. Of course, this does not include the Player Kingdom, led by Lin Fei. Since it was their first time participating, Lin Fei and his team lacked experience. Yet, this temporary booth, arranged by the organizers to be in a prime location, managed to attract 90% of the players' attention with a game called The Great Sage. Many players on-site even shared first-hand information on social media. In the end, Lin Fei saved on advertising costs. Player Kingdom launches new game with a bang, sweeping the Cologne Game Exhibition. With this news, countless players around the world went crazy again. Those with the means even flew directly to Cologne. They didn't want to wait. They wanted to experience the game in advance. Lin Fei's popularity at the Cologne Game Exhibition continued to rise, which led to rumors about Kaijia games being revealed. When players saw reports mentioning that Lin Fei targeted Kaijia games at the exhibition and even hired a group to cause trouble, they exploded with excitement. Kaijia games? What is that? Never even heard of it. A company that only makes subpar games, lacking in graphics and quality. Not even any details. Would Player Kingdom target you? That's a bit shameless, isn't it? Right now, Player Kingdom has over 70 million users just for Resident Evil. And globally, the number exceeds a terrifying 130 million. It can be said that Player Kingdom has become the game with the highest number of online users in the world. In fact, the number of fans of Player Kingdom is even higher than this. A studio boasting over 100 million fans and players would target a little-known subpar game company? The global fans directly lashed out at this company, trying to inflate its own importance. Player Kingdom would target you? Do you even deserve it? One user commented. They don't deserve it. If you say Lin is targeting you, it means you were in the wrong first. Damn it. I still have a horror game from Kaijia Games on my computer. Looks like I should uninstall it. It's disgusting. Another chimed in. Who dares to slander our Player Kingdom? In my opinion, such game companies should have gone bankrupt long ago. Guess what I found, everyone? Without further ado, here are the screenshots. Under a reply from a user named Hacker567, there were actually a series of screenshots. In the screenshots, there were multiple images spliced together. The images are filled with 3D female characters, dressed as revealing as possible. Their poses are incredibly alluring. What's even more surprising is that the release date noted below is from 6 years ago. Among the many images, one section is marked with a red circle, inside which it states, Publisher, a certain game company. Upon seeing this, netizens quickly realized that this is the cover of an old game. Some younger individuals may not know what game this is. However, the internet is never short of seasoned veterans. This game packaging immediately triggered memories for these experienced players. Wow. This is a certain genre of game. I remember now. It's definitely a game from that genre. Yes, I recall a scene where you play rock, paper, scissors with a female NPC, and if you win, she takes off her clothes. I thought it was disgusting. Turns out it originated from that genre. Resist that genre, promote healthy gaming. Wow, now I want to play it. Enough talk. Hurry up and share the link. Is there a resource torrent available? Although some people online are asking for resources, the attacks on the game company have not ceased. After venting their frustrations online, many netizens even planned to organize a team to storm the company's headquarters. Of course, this decision was merely a moment of impulse. When they found out that the game company's headquarters is located across the ocean, they all declared, "We'll let you off this time." However, while they claimed to let it go, this group of netizens quickly transformed into keyboard warriors, unleashing their mechanical keyboards. Another round of bombardment. It turns out, if you offend anyone, make sure it's not the keyboard warriors. Apologies. The boss is that annoying guy from the East. If it weren't for him, in a hotel in the city center, David was on the phone, continuously apologizing to the other end. Without waiting for him to finish, the other side launched into a tirade. After a while, the voice on the other end seemed to have calmed down a bit and said coldly, "You handle the Cologne situation, don't get into any more conflict with that guy. Hold it together until the exhibition is over. I will unite with other companies to form an association to boycott him. Damn Easterners." Amid the curses, the call finally ended. Damn it. After confirming the call was over, David was stomping his feet in anger. After a bit of venting, his emotions stabilized, and he picked up the phone again to arrange matters at the venue. Time always slips away unnoticed. In the blink of an eye, the game exhibition was nearing its end. After today, if you want to participate again, you'll have to wait until next year. If you ask who the biggest winner of the entire exhibition is, it must be Lin Fei. In just a few days, the new game from a certain gaming company, Great Sage, has once again refreshed foreign perceptions of games and Eastern mythology. Of course, for those familiar with the theme, it's all about the authenticity and sentiment. For those from other regions, it's akin to stepping into a new world, a completely new, lifelike mythological realm. Recently, what has left the deepest impression on them is not the game's protagonist, the Monkey King, but rather the multitude of deities, especially the Buddha, who, it is no exaggeration to say, appears even more formidable than the gods they know. This completely overturns their perception. In their view, gods are incredibly powerful and can be considered omnipotent. If I were to describe it more accurately, the Monkey King in the game embodies the concept of a deity as they understand it. Yet, here is this terrifying, powerful monkey, unable to even flip the Buddha's hand. In the end, he is trapped under the mountain, and that is the cloud of transformation. The skill description claims it can cover thousands of miles. Yet, with such a powerful ability, he couldn't even escape from the palm. One can imagine how difficult it would be for any deity to escape. Then there are the thunder deities, who are simply outclassed by their counterparts. Why is it that the Eastern mythological system is so vividly represented in this game by Lin, while they do not have a unique game of their own? Will there be a Western magical game from Player Nation in the future? I can't wait. Countless questions swirl in their minds. Lin Fei, utilizing technology and Eastern culture, has conquered yet another group of individuals. As a result, some translated classical texts from the East have become bestsellers in foreign bookstores, especially the classic tale of the Monkey King, which has become so popular that it is hard to find. Chapter 192. Remove all games. The annual gaming exhibition in Cologne has finally come to an end, and Lin Fei has emerged as the biggest winner globally. The name Player Kingdom has swept across the world. Young people from various countries take pride in being able to play games from Player Kingdom. During gatherings, these young individuals often discuss their classmates or local girls, much like the girls themselves do, simply with the roles reversed. However, everything has changed now. The first question among friends upon meeting is definitely, did you play Biohazard or the Great Sage today? If you can't answer, you might feel embarrassed to go out. If you say you don't know, congratulations, you're already out of touch with this world. In fact, you might soon find yourself marginalized in your social circles. This illustrates the significant influence Player Kingdom has at this moment abroad. Isn't that frightening? Of course, due to the rising fame of Player Kingdom, game developers from other regions have recognized the looming crisis. Those mid-level game companies have found themselves in a tough spot. As for the lower-tier companies, they are already on the brink of collapse. Whether or not Player Kingdom exists makes no difference to them. For them, bankruptcy is just a matter of time. At this juncture, a man named Bamon stepped up, calling on mid-tier game developers to resist the invasion of Player Kingdom into the Western market. Some companies might find Bamon unfamiliar, but as soon as his company's name is mentioned, everyone understands. After all, the name Kaijia Games is quite hot right now. Though it's all negative publicity, it still counts as being well known, doesn't it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Under Bamon's organization, a group formed an entity called the Game Development Alliance Association in less than a month. Unsurprisingly, Bamon became the first president of this association. Initially, major companies didn't take this association seriously. However, they were utterly unprepared for the consequences that followed the establishment of the alliance. It was their own Western gaming market that suffered first. Under the operation of the association, even older games faced shutdowns for rectification. Some were already facing service termination crises. What is the worst fear for a game? Of course, it's shutting down for rectification. Because once a game stops service, it inevitably leads to player loss. The waiting time for a game to be re-reviewed and to resume operations can be indefinite. If it's unfortunate, it could take a year or two. Bamon's intention was to encourage more people to join the alliance. His idea was simple. To launch games in the Western market, one must either get permission from the alliance or join it. Once in the alliance, everything would be dictated by him as the president. One must admit, this Spanish man resembling an Indian has quite the audacity with this move. But regardless, it's proving to be effective remarkably quickly. In just a few months, the Western gaming market has undergone a significant transformation, and under the leadership of a certain individual, it has become tightly knit. As long as you join the association, you will be granted access. Currently, the only game developers that have not joined the association are those from the Asian region and a few top companies. Among those that have joined the alliance, one company has become the hottest topic globally. This company's name is Galactic Games, a company that only focuses on gaming platforms. The reason this company has become a global hotspot is due to the name of a studio displayed on its platform banner, Player Nation. Indeed, this is the platform that Lin Fei initially chose to upload his games. Later on, due to some laziness, he didn't look for a new platform or build one himself, and continued to collaborate with Galactic Games. Little did he expect that more than a year later, such a bizarre issue would arise. The Gaming Alliance Association surprisingly requested that all games from PlayerNation be taken down. What the heck? Are they kidding? How much profit can PlayerNation bring to the platform? You can't just demand a takedown like that. Have they no shame? To put it bluntly, this so-called alliance has no real power. They always act by moral coercion and threats. They can be described as the rogues of the gaming industry, a group that only protects their own interests. Fine, let them take it down. Hearing the complaints from the Galactic Games representative over the phone, Lin Fei responded nonchalantly. On the other end, the representative exclaimed in shock and hurriedly said, Mr. Lin, we will do everything we can to protect your interests. We absolutely won't let them arbitrarily. Just take it down. Without waiting for the representative to finish, Lin Fei said again, No, Mr. Lin, have you been threatened by them? Why take it down? Hearing Lin Fei insist on taking it down again, the Galactic Games representative panicked. In fact, this matter was quite easy to resolve. As long as they gave up some benefits, they could easily bribe those bloodsuckers. But the thought of sacrificing their own interests made the representative feel the pinch. Therefore, the purpose of calling Lin Fei was simply to negotiate a better deal. However, they never expected the other party to decisively choose to take it down. This isn't how the plot should unfold. Yet, Lin Fei did not explain much and directly hung up the phone. Sitting in front of his computer, he swiftly logged into his Galactic Games account backend and terminated all game download links. Rick, a player from a certain region, had been battling in a game called Yamaguchi Mountain for the past few years. However, recently, more and more friends seem to have disappeared. Lately, he couldn't even complete a 5-person dungeon. No matter what message he sent, no one in the group responded. Out of curiosity, he checked the group message history and found that all his friends had switched to other games. Moreover, they seemed to have moved on to the hottest games of the moment. Rick, who had just tasted success on the mountain, wasted no time and opened the Interstellar gaming platform, ready to download the Great Sage to check it out. But why can't I open the link? Looking at the unresponsive interface, Rick thought he had lost connection and immediately opened an action movie website. Fortunately, the targets are all there. The internet is functioning perfectly. My network is fine, so does that mean I can't download this game? Damn it. Rick cursed and instinctively sought help from his friends in the group chat. Hey guys, where can I download the Great Sage? The link on the gaming platform is unresponsive. Has anyone encountered this issue? Not being able to download from the platform means I can't get the official authorization. No official authorization. What is the point of playing then? Soon, messages started popping up in the group, much faster than usual when looking for teammates. How is this possible? All games on Player's Realm are unavailable for download. OMG. Really? What's happening with Player's Realm? Oh my god. Can you believe it? All the links on Player's Realm are unresponsive. Is there a problem with the server? As the first message appeared, the entire chat group exploded with notifications. At this moment, one message caught everyone's attention. OMG. Shocking news. Player's Realm is launching its own platform. Chapter 193, PlayerNation goes live. What? PlayerNation has exited the Interstellar gaming platform? No way. Is the Interstellar game going crazy? I think it's possible. Otherwise, who would push away the fortune god? Breaking news. PlayerNation has officially launched its own platform today. Seriously? This is incredible. Wow. The platform is actually in VR mode. Come on, guys, hurry up. I have to say, this move by Lin is really impressive. That day, after all game links for PlayerNation on the Interstellar gaming platform became inactive, Lin Luo's social media exploded with explosive news. Starting today, PlayerNation has officially severed ties with the Interstellar game. At the same time, the PlayerNation free platform has officially launched, with download and registration channels now open. Upon seeing this news, netizens initially misinterpreted the term registered members, thinking Lin Fei was trying to learn from a certain company, intending to adopt a membership model for a wave of nested dolls. But unexpectedly, when these people tried to download the platform named PlayerNation, everyone was stunned. Setting aside the membership registration issue for now, the entire gaming platform left everyone in awe. The reason for this is that PlayerNation's gaming platform has abandoned the previous gaming platform model. It's better described as a free, immersive VR game. As long as you register as a member, you can log in using VR equipment to enter a special platform world. Upon seeing such a magical description, everyone was amazed. Great. PlayerNation exiting the Western market should be a cause for celebration. But Bamond couldn't feel happy at all. The reason for this is the termination of the contract between PlayerNation and the Interstellar game. This situation was completely unexpected. He established the gaming association purely for profit. But now, after sharpening his knife, Lin Fei, the plump sheep, has just run away. And now, the other party is actually going to build their own gaming platform. It's obvious they don't intend to engage with them anymore. Bamond couldn't understand why the other party would choose to do such a thankless task. A small studio can create good games, but that doesn't mean they can successfully operate a gaming platform. They are overestimating themselves. That young talent from a certain country is truly overestimating himself. Does he really think that just because his game is popular, he can act recklessly? Bamond picked up the cigar on the table, lit it, and took a deep puff. The strong tobacco aroma filled his lungs, slightly easing his agitation. He is digging his own grave. Believe me, it won't be long before he self-destructs. The senior members of the association in the room frowned at his words. Can things really unfold as the other party claims? Today is the most unhappy day for players. Because just this morning, all online games from Player Nation have ceased operations. Amidst the confusion online, a new platform from a gaming company in the country quickly caught the attention of local game streamers. Due to work commitments, Lin Luo had been streaming less frequently. Although she hadn't lost followers, she was gradually drifting away from the streaming industry. There's no helping it. The gaming company was no longer the small workshop it once was. Now that it had found its footing, although it still referred to itself as a studio, it had become an undeniable presence in the industry. As Lin Luo slowly faded from the streaming scene, her acquaintance, Sister Zhou, was subtly rising in prominence. Naturally, Sister Zhou, who had a close relationship with Lin Luo, received insider information as soon as it was available. As soon as the platform opened for downloads, she clicked on the download link first. However, what the heck? After clicking to download, she saw that the software named after the gaming company was a staggering 1 terabyte. She was completely stunned. What is this? So big. However, Sister Zhou was not alone in her astonishment. The entire internet was reacting similarly. At that moment, anyone attempting to download the gaming platform was also shocked by the terrifying 1 terabyte file size. Many thought they had mistakenly downloaded the wrong file. Oh my. I just wanted to download a gaming platform. What else with this 1 terabyte? Users flocked to the comment section of the download area to express their disbelief. I can't believe it. A gaming platform is 1 terabyte. Is that even possible? Looks like I need to buy a new hard drive. Damn, I'm already on my way to buy one. This time I'll get the biggest one. Or else I might not be able to play games on this platform in the future. What is going on? Why is a gaming platform so large? I don't know, but I definitely know that something big is happening. How so? Just as the platform started the download, all games stopped, and the announcement stated it was a migration to the new platform. What the heck? Is the gaming company really up to something? Damn it. I was in the middle of a Resident Evil mission. Why did I get disconnected? I was in the middle of a zombie wave. Damn it. They just messed up my progress. The opening of the gaming platform led to all related games being halted, and immediately a wave of complaints flooded the internet. Fortunately, at this moment, Lin Luo's social media account released the latest news. The games under the gaming company had completed their migration. Players were encouraged to download the platform and log into the games. Upon seeing this news, netizens finally relaxed and began downloading the absurdly large platform. Although the file was huge, with today's internet speeds, it wouldn't take too long. The wait was excruciating, but even so, it was better than just staring blankly. However, before downloading the platform, users had to register as members, which required a national ID and phone number. Moreover, it was a facial recognition verification system. Goodness. This move has effectively shut out that group of foreign players. This turn of events has left them completely stunned. Some were so frustrated that they even smashed their computers. They had never encountered such a willful game studio. As a result, the domestic gaming community was filled with praise, while the international gaming community was rife with anger. At this moment, Lin Luo, the ambassador of the gaming community, took to social media to clarify. He stated that it is not that the gaming community is unwilling to open registration, but rather that the Gaming Alliance has many unreasonable demands. The gaming community is hesitant to open registration. This is truly a blow to their morale. Upon seeing this news, some members of gaming associations were taken aback. And those impulsive foreign players didn't care about any associations or cults. If you dare to stop them from playing games, just wait for the consequences. The sky is vast, the fields are boundless, and the wind blows low over the grass revealing cattle and sheep. Hello everyone. I'm your host, Zhou Jie. After finishing on the gaming platform, Zhou Jie eagerly started a live stream, immediately throwing out a set of rhymes. Whether it rhymes or not, she doesn't care. As long as she is not embarrassed, the embarrassment falls on others. Come on, big sister, if we're going to live stream, let us do it properly. No need for this nonsense. Who says otherwise? Don't you all know we're keeping it down? Those upstairs. Brilliant. Stop the chatter. Hurry up and let the bride show up on the platform. I want to see what a 1T gaming platform looks like. Chapter 194. Shocked. Can you believe this is a gaming platform? Enough with the chatter. Sister Zhou, hurry up and show everyone what the platform looks like. I'm at work right now. Yes, hurry up, let us see. I believe that Lin is not the kind of person to create an ordinary platform. As the live stream started, before even logging into the platform, viewers in the chat were already urging. Seeing the audience's enthusiasm, Sister Zhou didn't hesitate and clicked to log in. The gaming platform is a brand new VR platform that requires VR equipment to access. Therefore, after logging in, the screen in the viewer's eyes suddenly went black. In the blink of an eye, the screen lit up again. What the heck? What is this? A cyberpunk mechanical city? What is going on? As the loading progress bar moved slowly, the background of the scene began to shift as well. What appeared before everyone was a wide street filled with machinery and a sense of high-tech. Shops lined the street, showcasing a futuristic metallic sci-fi style. With signs made entirely of 3D projections, the animations made it immediately clear what each shop was selling. As the camera moved in, the shops on both sides receded, and suddenly they arrived at an intersection resembling a grand plaza. In an instant, a bustling scene of traffic filled everyone's view. Elegant, lifelike tall beauties walked by, weaving between floating cars. However, that is not all. As the progress bar continued to load, the video transitioned to a first-person perspective looking up at the sky. What the? Is that a spaceship? And flying vehicles? Damn, I knew Lin was not simply creating a platform. Is this really a platform? People would probably believe it's a game. As a professional streamer, Sister Zhou's hardware configuration was quite high. Before anyone could savor the moment, the progress bar completed. The animation in front of everyone also vanished. The audience was left wanting more, but the screen had already disappeared. As the scene shifted, an electronic synthesized voice reached Sister Zhou's ears. Welcome players to Mechanical City. I am your assistant, ID ZN01. Detected that this is your first login to the platform. Please proceed to the check-in area as soon as possible. Sister Zhou appeared in a vast, open plaza. Before she could admire the scenery, a floating orb appeared in front of her. The prompt she just heard was emitted by the robot in front of her. Wow, the sense of technology. It's absolutely incredible. I can't do this. I need to ask the boss for leave. Me too. Amidst the howls of excitement from the audience, Sister Zhou instinctively reached out her hand. Wow, this feeling is so real. As Sister Zhou touched the white orb in front of her, feeling the silky feedback on her hand, a look of shock appeared on her face. Please sign in quickly, or the system will take forced offline measures. Wow, they even kick people out? Hearing the notification sound from the orb in front of her again, Sister Zhou couldn't help but show a look of surprise. Then, she noticed that there was a countdown timer at the top of the orb. At that moment, there were 16 seconds left. Seeing this, she immediately guessed that it was likely her sign-in time. Since she was already on the platform, she wasn't in a hurry to sightsee. Signing in was the priority. Otherwise, being kicked offline in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers would be quite embarrassing. With that thought, Sister Zhou stopped hesitating and instinctively asked the orb in front of her, "Where is the sign-in location?" The sign-in location is at 1 White Star Street. With the orb's response, an electronic map projected in front of Sister Zhou, with a prominent exclamation mark flashing continuously. Hee, I get this. Seeing the map and the flashing exclamation mark, Sister Zhou smiled slightly and followed the map's guidance to leave the square. Along the way, if it weren't for the time constraint, Sister Zhou would have loved to just stop and look around. After all, she had to see enough. At first, when she heard about the self-built platform of the player community, she thought it was like those usual gaming platforms. However, when she downloaded it and saw it was 1 terabyte in size, she was baffled, mistakenly thinking she had downloaded the wrong file. Finally, after the download was complete and she logged into the platform, she was completely shocked. She had never imagined, not even in her dreams, that she would actually see such a sci-fi city. The entire city exuded a metallic style everywhere. At the same time, amid these cold steel forests, there was no shortage of prosperity and liveliness. Can you believe such a world? It's just a gaming platform? As she moved forward, she discovered that the city she was in seemed boundless. It even gave the impression that this mechanical city was the entire world. Soon, with the help of the white orb robot, she arrived in front of a store located at a crossroads. Above the store was a projected slogan. Welcome to Mechanical City. Looks like this is the right place. Seeing the slogan, Sister Zhou muttered to herself as she pushed open the glass door and walked into the store. Welcome to Mechanical City. As soon as she stepped into the room, a gentle welcoming voice reached Sister Zhou's ears, and she instinctively looked around. From Sister Zhou's perspective, the moment she saw the person speaking in the room, the entire livestream room exploded. Yes, it literally exploded. And it was an unprecedented kind of explosion. Every viewer with a pulse was crazily spamming the chat. Sister Zhou, don't go. Stay here with us today. Yes, don't go. We'll shower you with gifts. Seeing the countless crazy messages in the livestream chat, Sister Zhou's face turned dark. These bunch of ungrateful people. All these years, watching my livestream, I've never seen you all so enthusiastic. And now this is how it is. An NPC can make you feel this way. At this moment, Zhou Jie looked at the female NPC in front of her with a sense of resentment. It must be said that the NPC woman at the bar was truly breathtakingly beautiful. Even Zhou Jie felt an impulse to want to touch her. The woman was mature and tall. The purple outfit highlighted her graceful figure, making one's blood rush. A mature woman standing there, Even the slightest movement could make her seem incredibly alluring. With beautiful eyes fixed on Zhou Jia, she asked,